Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the renewed Volkswagen ID.3, the facelift version, the 2023 edition. Now when the car first came to market in 2020, so 3 years ago, Volkswagen said this car would become a legend, just like the Volkswagen Beetle and the Volkswagen Golf. Now I'm not so sure the car is a legend yet, but I guess we have to wait and see for another 20 years. However, sales figures have been quite alright. You can see the car all over Europe. However, there have been some complaints by customers and journalists like myself, because a lot of people just don't like the interior. There's way too much hard plastic and the infotainment system is really buggy and really slow. Now the past couple of years Volkswagen has been sending out a lot of software updates for the infotainment system, so that problem has been taken care of for the most part. However, now Volkswagen has also physically changed the interior and also the exterior. And in this video I'm going to show you everything that is new on the interior and the exterior, and I'm going to take the car out for a drive. Let's start this video by discussing what is new on the exterior design on the Volkswagen ID.3, and let's start here at the front with the bonnet, because the bonnet is completely new. On the previous version of the ID.3 the bonnet was a little bit weird. You had a big black strip running all the way next to the windscreen, and then you had a small bonnet. Now on this new version you only have the single bonnet that is made out of one piece of, I guess, aluminum, and the big black strip is gone. The hood is now also a little bit raised because the black strip was raised as well, and now they raised the entire bonnet, so it's not flush with the body anymore, but it's a little bit higher up. The bumper on the car has also been completely redesigned with some actual real functional air inlets on the side here of the bumper, and what really stands out here is the fact that the number plate is flush with the bumper. You really don't see that often, and it makes the front end design of this car a lot cleaner. Now what hasn't changed on the front end design are the headlights, which is a little bit weird because normally that's the first thing they changed on a facelift. You still have the IQ lights here in the front with the LED strip and the big Volkswagen logo in the center. On the side of the car there are not a lot of changes, but you do get this new silver trim piece that runs all the way from the hood up to the D-pillar here. There are also some new wheel designs. Now most ID.3s have like the arrow wheels, the black arrow wheels that are very anonymous. This particular version of the ID.3 doesn't have that. These are pretty regular wheels, I would say, and I have to say they look really good in a car like this. You rarely see a Volkswagen ID.3 with regular wheels, and I have to say it looks pretty good on this car. There are also some new colors like this olive green, and there's also a new blue color. What I really like on the renewed model is the fact that you don't get stickers here on the D-pillar. Because on the outgoing model you did get stickers here, and that looked really ugly if you ask me, but luckily they're gone. Now what is new on the back end design? Well, basically not a lot. The tail lights are a little bit different. The shape is still exactly the same. However, now also the inner part of the lights also work, which sounds a little bit weird, but on the outgoing model this was just here for show. It didn't do anything, but now this inner part also actually works. Then let's have a look at the trunk space. This car has 385 liters of luggage capacity, and if you flip the rear seats down you got 1275 liters. You also got some subfloor space as well, and you can actually remove the floor entirely, and if you want to leave it at home you even get a little bit more space, or you can just set it to the lowest level. You also get a 12-volt outlet here and some hooks where you can leave your groceries on, and that's basically it for the trunk. Volkswagen always likes to mention that the exterior dimensions of the Volkswagen 3 are almost identical to that of a Volkswagen Golf, except the interior space is that of a Volkswagen Passat. And you can really tell here in the back because there is plenty of leg room and knee room. As you can see, my knees aren't even getting close to the seat in front of me, and headroom is also pretty decent, but I would say especially the leg room is really impressive. You get two very hip looking LED lights here on top, and the fit and finish of the door panels is way better than on the outgoing model. There's still some hard plastic here on top, but in the lower part you get some soft gray material. It almost feels like it's like wool or cotton, and you also get some glossy black finish on the armrest as well. I'm not sure that's the best idea. I mean, it does look great, I have to admit, but when kids are going to be here they're going to scratch it and it's going to look horrible within a couple of weeks, I promise you that. You do get two USB-C ports here in the back as well, and of course there's an armrest with 3 cup holders. Like I said in the beginning of the video, the outgoing model got a lot of critique because of the interior. That looked really basic, really plain, really boring with a lot of hard black plastic all over the place. Now Volkswagen really listened to their customers because they really changed a lot in the interior of this renewed version. The materials are way better, just like the back door panels. The front door panels also have a lot of soft materials on there. Again, here's the grey soft wool material in the door panels, and on top you get some soft finish as well. On the dashboard itself, you get fake black leather with white stitching. All the materials in the car are environmentally friendly and animal friendly, so that's a good thing. You really want that in an electric car, but it looks really good. You also got a soft top layer on the dashboard. You still got the captain chairs, like the captain armrest here on the chairs. You have different designs for the chairs. These are like the basic chairs that you get, but you can also get the sport chairs that look a lot better and also sit a little bit more comfortable. I mean, these are fine, but I have tried the sport seats before and they sit a lot better. The steering wheel is still identical with the haptic feedback buttons, which are not amazing, but I guess they work. And you also get the small infotainment screen in front of you. It's not really big, but I do have to say it looks pretty funky, so I'm not complaining about that. And you still get like the lever on the side, which you use to start the car and put it in reverse or neutral. And in park as well, there's a little P button on the side which you have to press if you want to put the car in park. The infotainment system is still the same. You can still get or 10 or 12 inch. In some countries 12 inch is standard, in other countries 10 inch is standard. The software is tweaked a little bit, but it is still not amazing. The system is still, well, it's okay, you can still work with it, it's not terrible. It's a lot better than when it first came out, but it's still not the best system out there. It's still a little bit laggy, and especially when you're driving, you really want to have a very responsive screen, but it's just not. When you want to open like a menu, it still takes a little bit too long to open. But all in all, it's still a very usable infotainment system, don't get me wrong. And the layout is very clear, it's very easy to use, and I'm sure a lot of people will be very happy to use this system. But if you're used to other systems, it's just not the best in class. What I do really like in the ID.3 is all the storage room that you get here. There's a little net all the way in the front here. There are 2 cup holders. There is a place where you can put your phone and where you can wisely charge your phone. And there's a big center cubby here as well with 2 USB-C ports. You can also get a sunroof on this car, and this particular version doesn't have it. This is the Pro version that I'm driving, and you can also get the Pro S version. So there are only 2 versions of the ID.3. This is the base version. The base version has a 58 kilowatt-hour battery that gives this car a range of 426 kilometers, which of course is a theoretical range. In reality, it's more like 350 kilometers. But you can also get a bigger battery, the 77 kilowatt-hour battery that gives this car a range of 546 kilometers, which probably be more like 480 kilometers in the real world. Later, Volkswagen will also be introducing a cheaper version of the ID.3 with a smaller battery. It's not going to be the 45 kilowatt-hour battery that they had on the previous model, but they haven't told me yet what the size is going to be. Now, whatever version you go for, maybe the Pro or the Pro S, you always get the exact same electric motor on the rear axle, producing 204 horsepower and 310 newton meters of torque. And this car would do 0 to 100 kilometers an hour or 0 to 62 miles an hour in 7.3 seconds if you go for this version with the 58 kilowatt-hour battery pack, so with the small battery pack. If you go for the larger battery pack, the car will be heavier and the car will therefore be slower, and it will do 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 7.9 seconds, so only a tad slower. I have to say the car is plenty fast, especially 0 to 50 kilometers an hour. The car is pretty rapid, basically like any other electric car. But later, Volkswagen will be introducing a GTX version, so like an electrified GTI version with more horsepower. So that's it for this video. If you liked it, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And then I'll see you in the next one.